Holy crap, what do we have here? This is insane. Never thought I'd be messing with a Brian Nadeau knife. This is the Mini Tempest. And I don't know what they call it a mini. I'm going to guess that he has a much bigger one that's like a custom maybe or something. That kind of makes sense. But this is a 3.5-inch blade. This is not a mini. And geez, the ratios in this thing. It's like 3.5-inch blade, maybe 3 3/4-inch handle. I don't know how they do that really, but it's crazy. Front flipping action is just ridiculous. The action in general is ridiculous. I think you can, yeah, you can kind of push reverse flick on this little fuller right there with just like the meat of your finger, and it just pops. Brian Nadeau's detents, the detent, the thing that keeps the blade down here and lets you have to, you know, push pressure against it to pop it open, is way different than most. So usually there's a little ball bearing embedded in this part of the lock bar, and then there's a hole in the blade that piece falls into. But that's not the way his stuff works. His stuff works with a not a ball bearing, but a built-up area on the lock bar. Let's see, how can I get some light on this guy? A built-up area on the lock bar. It's almost like a little ramp. And so that goes into a hole in the blade. And then that place on the blade has to kind of fight its way out as you pop it open. But anyway, what this does is it results in, when you pop it open, it has such a crisp feel. It's just way more crisp. It's like, this one is not quite as crisp as another one I felt, but another one I felt, it reminded me of breaking a tiny piece of glass. Like, as it popped open, it felt like I took like a little tiny piece of a light bulb and snapped it. Pop! It felt like that big of a difference between the pressure you put on it and when it breaks. Like the best trigger on the best sniper rifle or something maybe. Let's look at the rest of it. Damascus blade is just beautiful. I'm not sure if that's Damasteel. It might be. I would guess it might be. The inlay is perfectly set down in there with no feeling at all along the edges. Makes me think it might be a Riot, but I'm not sure. I think it is a Riot build. Pocket clip is milled and beautiful and nice and curvy and just looks great. I would assume it works great, although I would like to see that end not so blunt and the underside cut up a little more. That would just be my preference. Pivot, I guess you need a weird pivot tool. No, I guess it's a T8. Yeah, it's a T8 down into those little revolver cylinder looking holes. Very cool look. I love the pivot. I love how it kind of stands up in this little platform above the rest of the titanium of the rest of the handle there. Boy, it would be cool if there was some micro milling happening. I'm not sure how you would do it exactly. Maybe circles, maybe lines. I mean, that might contrast too much with this smooth carbon fiber, but I guess you could cut the carbon fiber like that too. Maybe that's tough. Maybe that's tough with the shred type carbon fiber. Looks really nice. Got a little blue in it. It's just a ridiculously nice knife. I thought it was a when I first picked it up, I thought it was an integral, but if you look close, it's a clamshell type effect going on. A little line right there. So it's two halves, and they're only held together with one screw. I bet there's like some, if not pins, then something in this end that keeps it locked together the right way. Like, I don't know, something. Probably not just one screw. That's just a guess. I wouldn't be taking it apart because it, of course, is a loan from the Iowa Knife Museum. Because I sure as hell can't afford $500, $600, $700, whatever the heck these guys are. I think the Damascus ones are more than usual even. So it might be $600, $700, I don't know. Man, the drop is just so controlled and so nice. I talked to Brian Nadeau at Blade Show, and he's kind of a cantankerous guy. I was trying to ask him about, how his, I was going to film it, ask him how his lock worked differently than the other ones, and he was like, he's literally said, that's already been done 100 times, man. Everybody knows. I'm like, well, I didn't know until you just told me, so it'd be cool if we could film it. And he kind of huffed and then did a little filming, and then I ran out of memory on my phone, so it's gone. These are just like ridiculous knives, man. It's out of control. This is, to me, this is as good as most customs that I've picked up and messed with. It's just that nicely done. The feel of it, it's definitely, to me, it's Shirogorov level. It's Grimsmo Norseman level, that type of action. What's also cool about it is you can just slow roll it open. It just locks perfectly. Great sound too. Oh, let me pop it this way. Oh, the close is nice too. Listen to the close. Just a great knife, man. I wish it was a little easier to reverse flick. Well, I mean, I don't own it, so it doesn't really matter to me that much, but for me to pay that much, it would have to be reverse flickable and thumb flickable. Oh, you can slow roll it with the thumb. That's pretty sweet. Didn't know. Wow, they just get better and better. Let's see. Top flip. Probably with some practice, yeah. Just look at that blade shape too. It's just a great, classic, but really nice blade shape. This is probably one of my favorite knives that I've ever reviewed. Just amazing. Brian Nadeau Mini Tempest. Amazing knife. Out of my league, really, but if you got the funds to get something like this, go ahead, do it, man. Have a nice day.